Welcome back.
Hey,
Nice to see you again.
nice
Another
to see you.
week.
To see you. Nice.
What's that from?
It's like card. Like your cards,
It's
right?
the guy, isn't it? What's that drag guy's name?
Is it Paul O'Grady?
Yeah.
Is it? I thought it was like Play Your Cards Right back in the day.
Yeah, but isn't it on one of the shows that he used to host?
Oh, maybe then. Maybe. Yeah, it is. He used to play the card game, did he not?
Yeah.
Higher or lower?
Higher or lower?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But then
yeah.
years and years and years ago, it was like another man.
Nice to see you. To see you.
Nice to see you. To see you. Nice. Why am I doing it in that sort of accent? I'm surely not making that.
Sound a bit mank then.
Anyway, hi, welcome back.
Blast from the past. Talk about game shows. Oh, I used to love some of the stuff on like I don't watch TV channels anymore. I always just watch like movies or series, but yeah, like Catchphrase.
Yeah, well,
you watch that. What's the one you watch?
We watch Catchphrase, Lingo.
Catchphrase is still on.
Catchphrase is still on.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, it's obviously different hosts and whatever, but they still do it. So yeah, my lot love Catchphrase. Lingo is the one where you've got the letters.
Yeah.
What else do we do?
That 1% thing you said.
The 1% Club. Yeah. Actually, I do watch a bit of telly now. So
I don't watch TV, but you just watch all the like old shows.
Quizmaster. And what else? What was that? Oh, this is not a game one actually. This is that Around the World or Race.
You mentioned that.
Race Around the World.
Yeah.
It's only because it was on last night, and I am proper into it actually. And it's good because there's no adverts. Because as soon as I've advert, I'll just walk off and that's it. Then I'll go
find something to do in the house.
But if it doesn't go off, I'm literally I'm really enjoying that one actually.
What's that? The other one that used to be really good on TV.
Crystal Maze.
Oh,
that was my favourite.
I used to always want to go on that.
I used to. So
they do that now. There is a place you could go to do those kind of things.
Well, so I would love something like that because
for your hen do would have been
when I was a kid, like kids on your cul-de-sac, my next door neighbour but one, the two boys there, we used to literally make Crystal Maze games and challenges, and then I think the crystals were marbles, like whatever, and it honestly it was
I forgot about that one. That's not even the one I was going to say.
To go and play
that
Crystal Maze.
I've always I really want to go on that show. What was the other one I was thinking of? The one with Cilla Black. Blind Date. That was a good one.
Is that from her then? No, that's not from her. Nice to see you. To see you. Nice.
It's her kind of accent,
isn't it?
We'll have to come back to you on that one.
Childhood.
We'll have to ask all our parents what that one was.
There was a good one on last night. I don't know what it was called. Don't ask me because I didn't actually watch it. I was just walking through and see. Part of it was they were putting cards on their head, and then they had to kind of, I don't know actually what the game was, but they would say, "I'm going to put like so many tokens in and then fold." I'll have to find the name of it because I have seen it advertised, but it is something along the lines of a mixture of like Crystal Maze, and there was another one that Fort Royale or Fort something else, which was similar to Crystal Maze, but it wasn't as good. It wasn't as.
Do you know what came up as like an old video as I was scrolling the other day talking about shows? Stars in Their Eyes.
Oh yeah,
that was
tonight, Matthew.
You're gonna be.
That
was a good show, and they did a kids version as well.
Yeah,
didn't
they did, and they were the best. Yeah, it was that family TV time. I suppose, wasn't it?
Yeah, because those shows were great for everyone,
and we didn't have anything else to go on and like a phone or a. Do you know what I mean?
No, and there wasn't not when we was really young. There wasn't like kids channels. Then they eventually become channels where you could watch kids stuff more often. But it was literally like 6 o'clock Simpsons or like a little bit of CITV for a couple of hours, and that was it. Yeah. Like you only had that time.
But they were more like the Saturday shows, were they?
Yeah. Oh, the Saturday show. What was the one Van and Deck?
Well, I don't know. Saturday Night Takeaway.
I know. I'm thinking about when we was kids. SMTV Live.
That was the day one. That was in the morning.
Saturday mornings, wasn't it?
Hey, wait a minute, Mr. Post.
Yeah, and was it Wonky Donkey?
Wonky Donkey. Yeah, it's life, wasn't it? In the morning.
God, that was.
It's funny, isn't it? How things like that go.
It's the only time you would get to see like the singers and the bands and stuff.
But then again, I used to have that little time when you come home from school and you had I used to watch things like, I don't know if anyone else knew what this is, but like Bernard's Watch.
Yes.
Did you watch Bernard's Watch?
Yes. And what was the one with the 50p? With the girl, Queen's Nose.
Yeah, the Queen's Nose. And then there was one with, it was like a board. and it kind of came out and he went into the board and you had like the hand and then you had the girl with the pigtails.
Like Zap.
Zap! It was Zap!
Was that what it's called?
Yes, it was. That was one of my favorites.
That was a good one. And not the worst witch. What?
Oh,
was it the worst witch?
Well, the worst witch, but it feels strange because Lexi's on the worst witch now.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, so it's not obviously the same.
And the girl is an actress in Hollyoaks, so it's weird.
So it is. They are still kind of sort of.
And one that I used to love, My Parents Are Aliens.
Yes, that was a good one. I could still watch them now. You know, I can actually go home now and put My Parents.
I wonder if like you can find it on YouTube or something. It'd be good to show like,
because I know we also have like Sabrina the Teenage Witch and Keena and Kel and
like Nickelodeon.
Yeah, but away from that
was American though.
True, exactly. So away from that, all them like programs when we were like younger, actually, you know,
proper CITV shows.
There's got to be. There's loads more that I used to really, you know, get into. Whereas kids don't come home now and go, oh, I'll put this on because I want to watch it.
I think because you can watch whatever you want whenever you want. Yeah. There's no real thing. Whereas, like, say, we had our time slot.
And an advert. We had to sit through an advert or whatever, you know? Like, now we haven't.
And then fight with, like, your siblings to make sure they didn't turn over the channel.
Exactly.
Like, quick, go make a cup of tea in the break. See if you can race back in 3 minutes.
Oh, God, that's really.
Or have, like, a quick bathroom break.
Being at home, my mum and dad and my brother and have, you know, watching them kind of things. You know?
They're great memories.
And then I'd go around my nan and granddad and they wouldn't watch the same programme. And I really want to watch that certain programme.
Well, they're watching Antiques Roadshow.
The Bill.
I liked the
I
Bill.
don't really like the Bill. That's just trying to figure something out. But yeah,
like an older show, Oh, the Bill, that was a great show.
That was a good one. That still comes on old stuff now.
As I got a bit older, like one of the late night shows was what's the one with the women's prison?
Oh,
Bad Girls.
Bad Girls.
That was great.
My mum used to let me a little for that one. That was a bit later, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh God, it's weird. You know what? I forgot about all them programs.
So did I just trying to remember them all. Like, wow,
I love that. That was a bit. That was a nice little recap. Of,
proper childhood stuff. It's like when it comes up, like, and you're scrolling through, and it's like, were you a child in the 90s? And it reminds you of like, you know, the blow up backpacks and the inflatable chairs and like the chokers and Tamagotchis, like all the like proper 90s stuff. Yeah. Bang on the door, like the groovy chick and stuff.
Yeah, it is. I like stuff like that. I like when stuff like that because I forget.
And even like certain sweets and stuff that they just don't make anymore. Like I used to get ones that were called fizzy jerks. I don't know if you ever had them. This was when I was in England before I even come to Spain.
You know, I don't know.
They were really nice, really weird flavour fizzy, like hardball sweet things. And I remember. And do you remember them fizzy sprays you used to get?
Yeah.
And we had a really cool maths teacher. So in my junior school, Fernhurst in Portsmouth, we had a really cool maths teacher. And this was when we were in like year 5, year 6. So we were like the oldest ones in the school. And maths can normally be quite boring, but it was great. And he would let us like eat sweets and stuff in the lesson as long as we paid attention. Yeah. But he was like, he got everyone's respect.
Yeah. There's a way of
he commanded respect but let us do and get away with things as well. So but what great memories.
I know, I feel like I need to like Google some stuff now, like, because I tell you why, we've been back to England this weekend. Well, first we had Lexi's Sevillanas, didn't we?
Yeah,
so she's done her Sevillanas.
Did you get home about 1 o'clock in the morning?
Yes we did.
Thought so.
Me and Lexi, no, we didn't get up. Morgan did, yes. But yeah, so she smashed it, absolutely smashed it. Her and her cousin, brilliant. All of them, the whole lot, absolutely brilliant. It was just unfortunate it was late, you know?
Yeah, because like...
And I was wrong. They was all kind of a bit with the time because more for so people coming to watch. Because
that's it. Because and with stuff the next day, like I would have probably dragged Kaysen for him to be tired if he didn't have to get up the next day.
Yeah, if it was a weekend thing,
it's hard to.
It's different, isn't it? But so but anyway, she smashed it. It was brilliant. And then we went back to England.
You did.
We got there. All good
to go back for the match.
Yeah, we watched West Ham against Tottenham.
How was it?
Stand up. If you ain't Tottenham, that's what I've learned.
You learn all the chants, have you?
But no, it was really, really good. The
Mhm.
atmosphere was amazing. We didn't win, but we didn't lose. That was nice. You
Yeah.
know, like it was such a good atmosphere. The kids absolutely loved it.
Yeah. I
Fully
haven't
got
took
involved.
Kason to a football game yet. Oh, well, tell a lie. We went to the Miami one in when we were on holiday just.
Oh
But,
yeah, 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 yeah.
but I haven't took him to like an England football match
No,
or
and
anything
it's
like
just
that.
more
And
the atmosphere.
it is the experience,
It's
isn't it? Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't want to do it every week.
No, no, no.
But to take the kids and like me and Liam used to go back like once or twice a year to go to watch Derby
Yeah.
just for something
Yeah.
like as an
And it
experience.
is. It's nice.
Fun.
It is. I
Yeah.
have to admit, I do like the atmosphere. So that was amazing. We obviously went to the West Ham shop and got some bits, and went in the stadium a little bit earlier, you know, and then what else did we do? Oh, and after the match, then we walked out and we went to there's like a big West Ham pub outside of the ground,
Mm.
for Morgan to experience that, you know,
Yeah.
and then after that, we walked down the road a bit, trying to get away from kind of the busyness of everything.
Yeah,
to
because
be able
everyone's
to
coming out the
yeah,
stadium
to
at
be
the
able
same
to get a
time.
lift, you know. And as we were walking through, there was like another little corner shop thing, you know, and there was just like so many West Ham fans still all sitting outside this shop, in just like a cul-de-sac, like a neighborhood thing. And so we went in the shop and got a drink and just sat out and it was just that. The atmosphere was
Yeah.
brilliant. Really, really loved it.
Fun fact, we actually completed on this house by power of attorney when me and Liam went back to go to a football game.
Did you?
Well, we went back to watch Derby. They'd got through to like a final or
Yeah.
something. I think it was Derby. They
Oh,
got
yeah,
through
that's
to like
quite a
yeah,
yeah.
which isn't normal for
No,
Derby
yeah,
to
yeah.
do. They got into like a final. I'm sure it was. Anyway, we so we booked the tickets and then the house thing just dragged on a little bit and then it was like the last day that we could complete on this house with the mortgage application that we'd done before
Yeah.
we'd have to start from scratch again because obviously when you do your mortgage it lasts for so long the approval and then we had to get everything in place. So literally we'd already had the thing booked and it was like everyone's trying to get all the paperwork ready to complete on the very last blooming day. I was like, we're not even here. So the week before we had to go sign power of attorney and we did. I've got a scarf from the football match with the date on it and it's actually the date we bought this house. He called me from the stadium like to tell me that they'd completed. And I was like, I can't hear you. And he's like, we signed. You got the house. Yeah, literally. So yeah, fun fact.
Yeah, it was good. I did like it. I did definitely do it again. Obviously not something obviously you'd do every weekend, but
Yeah.
definitely do it again. Generally it was nice. It was a nice weekend. We was in the centre of London, realising that they are celebrating the VE Day celebrations on the actual day that we were literally trying to get out of London. So
Heaving, right?
yeah, it was
Bit too much.
It wasn't so bad. I think I was more panicking because of the thinking I had to get to the airport for a certain time, and
Yeah.
I don't really know London well enough now to
like
in and
time
out of
yourself.
place. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and obviously trains weren't running properly and things like that because of everything going on.
Oh crap.
So beginning of the day we tried to do the touristy things, you know. So we did a cable car over somewhere I don't know, from one area to another, and that was cool. And then we were gonna do the double-decker bus because Morgan really wanted to do the double.
Yeah.
But someone had told us that the best way to see everything is on a boat on the Thames. So
I've never done that.
Yeah,
Actually,
so
all
that-
the times I've been to London, I've never done a Thames
well, I
boat.
didn't even obviously I didn't even know it was an option. Really, I wouldn't
Yeah.
have really known. So we was like, right, let's go and do that.
I've seen a few friends do like, I don't know if it's like afternoon teas or
Yeah.
bubbles or things like that. So
There's
yeah,
so many different varieties.
or like an evening
Yeah.
cruise around. So yeah,
there's so many different varieties. Like,
But-
even
oh,
the
that's
double-decker
cool, though.
buses, there's so many different options. There's like
Yeah.
pig tea, afternoon tea. There was another one where you can have a 3-course dinner and champagne. Like, honestly, there's so much available there now.
yeah.
And
So that was good.
so we went on the boat, and I just thought, oh, we were gonna get on a boat, and that was it, like one side to the other kind of thing. But it literally takes you. We was on it for ages. It literally takes you. So we went. Okay, I'm not very good with different places. I'm just going to tell you the ones that I did know. So obviously the London Bridge, London Eye,
Yeah.
the Westminster, Big Ben, and other places in London along the Thames. It was really good. I have to say, I definitely recommend to do it that way. Then we got off at Big Ben because Morgan wanted to see Big Ben, and that is where we felt the people.
Claustrophobic.
Yeah, the people, the roads were blocked, so not everywhere you could go. Like, you know, if you're looking on someone where to go, you can't just go that way because it's blocked.
Right.
Oh, I tell you something. As we got off this boat, walked up, seen Big Ben, lovely, kids need the toilet. We all need a wee. Right, fine. There's a toilet there. Go in the toilet. You have to pay to go into the toilet. Not only, actually,
Like the public toilets.
yeah, pay, right? I wouldn't mind paying for anything, right? If it's justifiable, okay? Right? You might as well just have pissed on the floor. This place was disgusting. Disgusting. Oh, and another point, you can't pay anywhere in cash, nowhere. Even this, so it was like imagine like a turnstile thing with a card thing on the top, like a bleep thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Not even like a little.
No, I need a wee and I don't have a card. So Lexi got thrown over the turnstile. I jumped over the turnstile. I went for the toilet and I thought, I'm glad I don't pay for this thing because it is disgusting.
Oh my god.
And literally Morgan come out and went, did we have to pay for it? I was like, yes, we did.
It is a bit naughty, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. If it was kept nice, fine. I understand paying for toilet.
If there's a public toilet that's free and I'm paying for the nicer ones and it's nice.
It was awful. It was awful. So that was an experience for us all.
No cash anywhere.
No cash. I mean, maybe the odd
little
shop, yeah, but generally, no.
So they would have been a bit stuck if they'd had the power outage.
Yes, if they had the blackout. And obviously, everywhere's electric cars. You can't have not electric car in the city of London. You know what I mean? So everything was electric car as well.
Wow.
So they would have been fucked, really.
Yeah.
But anyway, forget that. Let's not dig in London out. She's all it is. I'm joking. We had a good time.
I love London for a holiday. I don't think I could live there.
No.
And it's like, obviously, I work with a lot of people that go to our office in London. They only have to go a couple of days a week. They don't have to go every single day. And I love going over and going to the London office and doing the London bits.
And then that's it and away.
Couldn't imagine like the constant in and out of London or being in London a lot.
There is some people that love that life.
Yeah.
It's just definitely not for me.
Yeah.
Definitely not for me. I have to say, being in there with the V-Day celebration, felt quite lucky actually. Do you know what I mean? Because I think there's a lot of people travelled from everywhere, all over, to come and see these kind of celebrations.
I hadn't even heard of V-Day until now. Yeah.
I've grown up for years. I mean, my granddads were in the war. So I've grown up hearing stories from my granddad about his experiences and stuff. And obviously my nan. And my mum has always done Jubilee, V-Day parties, street parties. Yeah, brilliant. She was supposed to do it today or yesterday, but because of the weather's changed over here.
Yeah,
she's just gonna.
It's gone from sunny to storms coming.
Yeah. Always does them celebrations. I actually
quite patriotic.
Yes, she is, and I didn't think I was, but things like this morning when I got up and I'm watching the morning television. And they're talking to veterans and you know what, I was literally just like staring, listening to their stories, because I feel like if that happened now,
oh my god, we'd be ruined.
We would be ruined. There's no 17-year-old who would be able to do, I don't feel, not many, what all them had to have went
we've
through.
Spoke about this a little bit, how like the younger generation, the newer generations, they just don't have that like grit that I feel like the previous generations have. And I feel like,
and that's not their fault.
No, the world's changed. Like it's not a diss, but I feel like we have it still a little bit. But I think like our parents and grandparents just like, you know, pulled up their pants and got on with it and had to deal with a lot of crap.
And hearing some of the stories like how it happened and what they went through, and they even still say now, like, when will they learn that no one benefits from a war? You know, and these are veterans who have been through it and done it all and got victory, and they're still telling you, you can't.
It's not worth it.
No one wins out of war.
No.
You know. So yeah, I have to say that it was quite nice. Being able to be there. Obviously, at the time, I was a bit like, out of it. But it was nice, and we see the fly past of the red arrows and
Oh, that's
all
pretty
stuff like that.
cool.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
cool. I have to say, we were very lucky. It was a great experience.
Just to deal with that many people, like, but it's worth it.
Yeah,
in that moment.
it weren't so bad because we was trying to avoid it, but it
Yeah.
was more like it was like you was in a bit of a maze. You couldn't you'd go that way and
Yeah.
it was blocked off, and then you came, so how do I get
So
there?
you're a
And then
bit
you go
lost.
all the way around. And
Yeah.
we don't really know London. I suppose if you
Yeah.
live there, you know
It's a bit
exactly where
different.
to go and how to do it.
Yeah.
But it was fab. I have to say, everything was fab. For a weekend to come home, and then that's it. Yeah, great memories made. Another one in the memory bank.
Nice.
So yeah, good. Kids were happy. Spent shit loads of money, I have to say.
It's so hard, isn't it?
I
You
have
think,
to say.
just when people go, oh, why don't you just nip back and see everyone? It's like, well, flights aren't as cheap as they used to
No.
be. Generally, whenever we go back, we're always having to get accommodation. And then the money you spend day to day just on food, like even just nipping into a corner shop, 30, 40 quid.
Exactly. But it was like £10 for a couple of bottles of water for us all. Do you know what I mean? I think someone said to me, why did you buy a bottle of water? Like, but I think we're so used to buying bottles of water.
Yeah.
We don't go to a tap in
Yeah.
England, don't they? They get it out the tap.
Mm.
I know, but it's just because we don't do it here. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, oh, I don't know,
Yeah.
actually, I didn't think of it like that. Yeah, it's true. But yeah, no, let's forget all that miserable stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. Great weekend. Got
Like I say, it all adds up.
loads of memories.
But it's nice to do it every now and then.
But yeah, it was good. Really good. A bit of a, because it wasn't just a weekend thing. It kind of fell into a Monday and then a Tuesday early morning.
Yeah.
So this week feels a bit strange, you know, because
and we've had quite a few weird weeks of like Easter Friday, Bank Holiday Monday.
Yeah. I really feel like I need just a bit, and we haven't got that much left soon, and then it's going to be summer.
I know. Casey was actually off on Monday because we got him ready, and just as we were about to go out the door, Liam was like, "What day's the school trip again?" Because he decided he didn't want to go on the school trip when they booked it like a month or so ago. And then I quickly messaged on the group and they went, today. And I was like, okay, so stay at home. No point sending him to school to be like put somewhere.
No.
Because his whole class is going to, I think they went to the Rio Safari.
Yeah.
So he's
actually, I'm just going to have a little rant about this, right, about a school trip, because this is in process at the moment, right? They sent a letter out for a school trip and they tell you where it is, how much it is, and the last date that you've got to give the money in by.
Yeah.
Fine. Perfect, yeah? Well, that's fine. Lexi hadn't been there for the last few days anyway, with the Friday and then the Monday and then the Tuesday. And I'd completely forgot about this school trip letter because I'd usually give it in straight away.
Yeah.
So in my head, I've kind of give it in. And then I see on the Tuesday that it wasn't. It was just like it was still all there on the table. And I was like, oh, shit, I haven't given the school trip. But that day was the last day, that actual day. So I sent why can't I speak English? I sent the confirmation that she can go through email just to say, okay, there's the confirmation, you know, my signature and everything, and she'll bring the money in tomorrow. So she did. She took it in the next day and the company denied it. The company denied that she was one day too, not the school, the company of the school trip of where they're going said, no, it's too late.
Because she paid a day late.
She paid a day late. Bearing in mind, if the last day was on the 6th, and school day doesn't finish till whatever time, by going in on the 7th at 9 o'clock, what difference does that? I completely respect there's a rule and there's a date and I completely respect that. But for the reason that the school called the company and said, look,
can we just have
this situation's happened, we've got this here. And they said, no, we can't organise and get all these monitors. For one child in the space of 6 hours. Come on now. You're telling me that and the school trip isn't even until a week away. Like, I understand if the school trip was tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's another week away. I could organise a whole school trip at that time. Do you know what I mean? So
that's annoying.
It did. Where is really gave me the It's in I wish I had the company's name now.
Put them on blast.
Yeah, I would. Where I think it's in Santa Pola, and they're doing like the paddleboard things and the kayaking and the.
Oh, that's a shame.
And that
sounds like quite fun.
Well, I was like, don't worry, we've got our own paddleboard. I'll take you. Oh my god, no, I'll obviously get like that a little. She's fine about it.
Yeah,
it's me who's got. Oh, partly because obviously it's a little bit my fault because I didn't put it in, and partly because I just think
that's a bit pathetic.
Yeah, you're being well unfair for that. I think there's not.
Well, yeah, because someone could have paid at 5 o'clock on the day
Yeah,
before,
what exactly?
and then you just do
She's gone
9
in at,
o'clock in the
actually she went
morning.
in at 8 o'clock.
Oh, she's
Because
doing
she
the hour
starts,
early.
yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I thought that was a little bit unfair. I get rules and I get that. I do.
Yeah.
But in this case, I thought, yeah, you're taking the piss out of me. Actually, I think you're being nasty.
Oh,
So
well,
that's
at
my
least she
anyway.
doesn't really mind. That's the main
she's
thing.
fine, absolutely fine.
It'd
She
be
knows
worse
if she don't go,
yeah.
she's gonna do something anyway.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
absolutely fine.
Yeah.
So that was my week. That's my rant.
Busy
All's
one. Busy one. God, what have I been up to? So I actually had my smear test that I think we spoke about on a previous
We have,
episode, and
I
I
know,
had
I've
mine scheduled,
told how important
but
it is.
then the hospital changed the date on me, and then I was away, so it got delayed like twice. So I had it the other day. I've been, and it was actually the first proper checkup after Hayden as well. So I had a smear test, and I also had an ultrasound for them to check everything was all good, like uterus and ovaries.
Like an
inside.
internal
Yeah,
ultrasound.
yeah. This was with Curon privately. But yeah, they checked everything, all good. I was literally in and out within 7 minutes.
It
the
really
whole thing,
doesn't
smear
take
test and the internal
Did you get
scan.
your results there and then though?
No, she
No.
said that it will be on the app.
Okay.
And if there's a problem, she'll call me.
Yeah. Cool.
So yeah, haven't heard anything yet, but this was literally earlier this week. So
good. Well done.
So yeah, all done.
Well done.
And I remember sitting there thinking about our episode that we spoke about. And
relax.
Yeah, I barely felt anything. And like I say, from walking in the door, sitting down, talking to her, getting undressed, getting on the bed, doing those two things and walking out, 7 minutes.
Yeah, it's
Done.
all in the mind. I'm telling you.
I don't even have that problem, but I know I can see it was weird. It was.
I don't have it, but
it was weird and uncomfortable. Of like, yeah, right, sit there, get my legs. Yeah. She's like, legs up in the stirrups, bring your bum to the bottom of the bed. It's a bit like, yeah, it's awkward, isn't it? But the actual process of it, for me, I honestly don't feel.
No, it's fine. It is.
It's just
fine.
Weird, isn't it?
It's one of them. It's obviously it's weird, but
so worth knowing that you're okay.
Exactly.
So glad to be done. And obviously she said come back next year, but I think that's just because it's private that they check every year. I don't think you do it that often.
No,
when it's not private.
I'm like 5 years now.
Yeah, I think 3 to 5 years they say is the normal, but obviously private's different. They just want to charge you for everything, so it's fine. But no, that's done. And then we had another hospital appointment. So I got a text message from obviously the hospital going appointment for SIP number blah 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 in this department. So I was like, what the hell's that? I don't even know what that department means and whose SIP card number is that.
I've got an appointment. I've got nothing in my diary.
Literally, it just come through as a text message for 2 days' time. So I was a bit like, whoa, that's quite last minute.
Yeah.
And whose SIP card number is it? And what is this department? So I had to Google it and it was I. So I was like, right, well,
Liam,
maybe one of the boys. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I thought, surely Hayden's not going to have an eye test or something. But then I thought, is this a new baby thing that they do to make sure earlier on that, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, found out it was Kaysen's SIP card and that it's in the eye department of the hospital. So we went to the appointment and the doctor was like, so what are you here for? I said, don't know, got a text message.
You told me to be here.
I was like, got a text message. Because in my head I was thinking, he's 6, nearly 7. Maybe they just do this as like routine for his age. And then he went, no, you would have had to have been referred to me. And I thought, and then the penny dropped. The last time we were at Kaysen's doctor's appointment for his year 6, age 6 jabs, which was probably 6 months ago, as we were finishing the appointment, she made him stand and read the poster behind her. Like she pointed to some pictures of like a ball and a boy and things like that, and he couldn't really see it. And I didn't know if he was like a bit nervous or didn't know what the word was in Spanish, or we didn't really think anything of it. And then we joked like, oh, imagine if like he's got Liam's eyes and he can't see, but I honestly didn't think anything of it. So the doctor actually said, I'll refer you. And I remember her saying it now. And it twigged in the moment, like I'll refer him for an eye test.
That's good.
But it was so long ago, like 6 months ago, maybe something like that. I completely forgot. So then I was like, oh, yes, you are right. We did get referred. I remember now, like he struggled to see in the thing. So anyway, he's done the little thing, saw the little house. Then he sat in another chair and looked at the thing, and they're doing the letters on the wall. And then I'm sat quite close to the wall, so I could see the letters. Liam stood next to Kaysen at the back of the room. And he was like, read the letters. And then he was like, I can't. I was like, Okay.
What do you mean you can't read them?
And I was a bit like, oh, because I honestly thought we'd get there and it'd be no problem. And then he changed it, and then he could read some of it, and then like the O's he was say, or a G he said was an O,
Yeah.
and a Z he said was like an E. So it was like some of them were close, but yeah, then I
He's
was
obviously can't see something.
and straight away he was like, okay. And then he had to put eye drops in.
Does it not make you feel as like a parent? Oh my god, why did I notice this thing? That was the
yeah,
same with Lexi.
yeah, literally, like I was a bit like, oh, maybe he actually can't see. And then
And why have you never told me you can't see?
I wondered why you sat so close to the TV playing the PlayStation, but I thought it was like a
Just
kid
a thing,
thing.
yeah.
Naturally,
You're right.
kids,
Yeah.
I remember being told as a kid, sit back, you get square eyes. So I thought it was a kid thing. So anyway, he's given him 2 eye drops, which was a bit of a palaver because, like, you know, trying to get eye drops in a kid when he was a bit nervous.
Yeah.
Anyway, give us the eye drops. We had to sit and wait. Then we had to come back in after another set of eye drops, and then he did it a test again. So yeah, we were there for probably about an hour. But he said, yeah, he definitely needs glasses all the time for far away distance. He's got the exact same prescription that Liam has.
That's mad, isn't it?
Weird that they got the same
It
prescription.
really is.
So yeah, he can't see very far away.
And that no one actually knew.
And nobody knew.
That actually was the same.
Yeah, and it's funny because the odd time he has put Liam's glasses on and stuff, and we've joked. And Liam
And
said,
he's never go,
I know Liam said to him, like, oh, can you see better? And he's like, no, it's blurry or whatever. So,
well, you do though, don't
but
you? When you
yeah,
know what I mean?
obviously we didn't pay much attention, but no, he needs glasses all the time, apart from like sports and stuff. So yeah, we went straight from there to the place, to an optician's place at the boulevard to order him some glasses. But his head's so bloody big, none of the kids' glasses fit him because the stick bits go outwards because his head's so wide. Bloody big-headed children. So we then had to shop in the adult section because they don't really have like a teenage section. It's kids, or it's
not in that
adult
shopping centre either. There's not a lot of
there wasn't much choice.
Yeah.
So
I've gone to a different one for more kids, you know what I mean? But
yeah, maybe next time we'll do that then, because you know it's all new to him.
If it's gonna
I'm
be
sure he's probably going to break these or lose
he's gonna
these at some point. So yeah, he ended up with kids' glasses. So we just had to find the ones that had the smallest frames, because some of them were like massive lenses on his little face. But no, we found him some cute ones, and he looks like even smarter than he is.
How is he getting on with them? Like,
so we picked them up
day.
Yesterday. Today was the first day he wore them he had them on in the morning. He actually wore them to school. He came out of school with them in his bag, but I think his last lesson was PE.
Yeah.
So obviously,
he's got on all right. Being quite responsible with them.
Exactly. And I said, what did the teacher say in the friends? And he said, yeah, all good. But I think it's quite different now. You would get bullied for wearing glasses when we was in school.
Yeah, it would have been a pinpoint.
You've got glasses.
Yeah, it certainly would have been
not proper bullied, but you would have got them.
It's just be something to pick on. Yeah, you know what I mean? As kids, that's what
whereas
it is,
I don't think it's that much of a thing now.
No.
Although I don't actually think anyone in his class has glasses, so it is a bit new. But no, he's happy. He's chuffed with them, and
Lexi
just getting used to wearing them.
It is that we're saying about with Lexi. I didn't know with Lexi, and it wasn't her even school teacher. It was her dance. It was a flamenco teacher who said to me, "Have Lexi ever mentioned about her eyes?" I was like, "No." She's like, I'm only saying it because I know I had it as a child. That's why her teacher picked up on it. And by the time it was getting to the end of the class, she was squinting at the mirror because her eyes were tired, apparently.
Right, yeah.
So she said, get them checked. So I did. I got them checked. And yep, she's near enough blind, bless her. Literally.
She's the opposite. She can't see up close.
I don't really know. Liam knows more about it.
Well, you just had the prescription before we start.
Her prescription is very, very strong. Very strong. Poor girl. Like, don't know how she's seen anything before, but she never said anything. You know what I mean?
Well, kids don't know any different.
No.
It's like...
And then saying about no one's got them in the class, a few parents have said to us since that their child has said that they're suffering with squinting and headaches, and they've gone to the eye test. There's nothing wrong with their eyes. They just want glasses like Lexi. You know what I mean? Whereas, like, you said back in the day, you would have been stay away from glasses.
Well, it's funny because, like, you wouldn't want glasses in a way as a kid because it's just something to pick on. And when I was at school in England, like, they came into the school. Did you have that? The opticians came in and they did eye tests while we were at school.
I remember, but they may have done.
So they did it once or twice when I was at school, and I remember trying to, like,
not be good.
Yeah, because I wanted. I think I just wanted something
Yeah,
wrong with me to
yeah.
be a bit different.
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
weird, isn't it, the things you do
yeah,
as
and they can
kids?
tell for
Yeah,
somehow
of
they can
course.
tell.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
So
yeah,
that's a new
bless it.
thing for him to
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I've obviously been through it, but for me now, Lexi's it's just
yeah,
she doesn't know any different.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So for us now, it's
I'm just expecting us to like break them or lose them.
yeah. Well,
Probably more lose them. Kason is quite responsible, but yeah, just forget that he has them and
yeah,
leave them somewhere.
yeah. Lexi's all right. She had a couple. She had two different ones that she liked to change up, and now the last pair she's had them for ages now. She don't want to change them at all. If anything, I just change the lenses.
Yeah,
If
keep
they get
frames.
scratched.
Yeah.
And hers have got little magnets on, so you put the sunglasses, clip them on the top.
Ah, yeah. So
Summer.
they had an offer when we got them to get like, cheaper if you get two. And we very nearly looked at the sunglasses, but I thought he's probably
Yeah,
not going to wear them. If he's outside, he's probably swimming or doing something that he's not going to wear them.
She doesn't have them often. It was like you say, it was one of them
Yeah.
things added on. So I was like, I might as well get
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
She's
good
outside more than Kason is.
Yes, it's good though. It's good that you've got it done, obviously, because the longer
Yeah.
it would have gone on. I mean, I know you said that
Yeah.
Liam didn't even get his eyes tested. Till...
Well, all the years Liam played football, and he only got his eyes tested when we met and moved back to England. So he would have been 16, and that was when he started with you need glasses. Then he got contacts, and since then he's always had them. He did have his he had laser eye surgery when we were about 19, 20.
Oh,
He had that done in Turkey. Yeah.
I knew he had.
He had it done in Turkey. Absolutely perfect. One of the leading people that teaches people all over the world to do it. And it lasted for about 10 years.
But they do say it lasts.
And then it's gone completely back to the original prescription, which is quite rare.
Yeah, but it hasn't gone worse.
I think because he had it done when he was quite young.
But only because I know someone who's had it done recently.
Right.
And it's the same thing, so that it only does last a certain amount of time before then it deteriorates because of age and so on.
Yeah,
so on.
exactly. I mean, he would have considered getting it done again, but I don't know if I'm saying this right, but he can't for some reason. I think it's because the thickness of the bit that they have to take off to laser in or whatever it is too thin, that they would they don't want to risk. Yeah. They don't want to risk doing it.
Making it better, it could make it even
exactly.
Worse.
So the only thing he could probably do is not get laser, but get the lens put in, the permanent lens, which his mum's had done.
And was it successful?
I think so. I don't. She's not mentioned anything to me. I don't know if Liam said that some things can be a bit blurry, or maybe she's getting used to it.
It's weird, I know, because I work in the mouth, but
I think the eyes are very different to the
when
mouth.
I go for an eye test. Well, even if I get when I get my makeup done, she hates me coming near my eyes because literally she's like, just look up. I'm like, hey, don't move. Now my eyes are just streaming watering. You know, when you even in the eye testing, you've got to put it in that thing.
Like I was with Liam when he got it done, and I mean, I wasn't in the room obviously, but I don't think I would be brave enough to go through it. I mean, even when like coloured eye contacts were a thing. I had a pair of contacts. I tried every day to get them things in my eyes. I could not do it.
I did actually as a kid.
I couldn't get them in.
I used to go with
but I've got Chinese eyes.
Some of my friends in Torrevieja actually. Yeah, but sorry, you literally just brought a memory back to me there. Yeah, we'd go to an optician's as kids, like 13. They'd literally just give us these coloured contacts. We'd have like one pink or one white or blah blah blah.
Yeah, because you can get them for like Halloween, them like funky things. But I remember,
and I'd have like brown or do you know what I mean, and change.
Well, my mum bought me like really bright green ones, and I was like, oh, I'd love to wear them. I tried so much. I could not get them in.
Yeah, watching how people do it. Just
Liam can do without even looking.
Yeah, it does actually.
Obviously, because he's so used to it now. But yeah, maybe because I've got such like slitty eyes. But no, talking about that, my one of my cousins didn't find. I think she was about 9, and they found out she's completely blind in one eye.
Bloody hell!
Yeah.
But then that's like Mitch. He went for years getting eye tests.
Kids don't know any different.
He had eye tests done. It's not like he didn't get them. He was getting eye tests done, and I think he was cheating. Like he was cheating them, so they didn't ever know that he didn't have this vision, or he had a problem. And then by the time they found he had a problem, I think it was too late. But yeah, so that's something why I've kept on top of mine, obviously, because of
Yeah.
the history, whether it my dad with the history of his eyes or their dad.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh, bless him and his little
Yeah, it's
glasses.
cute.
It is cute. It is cute.
So
And good
yeah.
that it's done because when it gets a teenager.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He's not having to wait till he's old to figure it out. So yeah, that's basically what I've been up to, and then just rehearsing Kaysen's lines
Lines.
for his. I was going to say school play. Then it's not a school play; it's his drama play, which is
Oh, 'cause
June.
he goes to
He
drama
goes to
club.
drama club. Yeah, so he's got his performance coming up quick now. It's June, so only really got maybe 4 or 5 weeks left.
Don't.
And he went from having to just mouth lines because there's a character that changes bodies as part of it. So he was gonna be, when they get changed into a smaller body, be that character,
Yeah.
but the person who had the original voice was gonna say all the lines backstage, so he was mouthing it. But then after 2 months of rehearsals, they decided, actually no, that's really boring for him, we're gonna give him lines. So it was only about 2-3 weeks ago, I think, that now you have to learn all the lines.
And how's he getting on with it? Because
Amazing.
he's young to be
Very young, yeah. I mean, to be honest, I don't know if I've said this already, but she normally doesn't take kids until they're 6. But I took him in at 5, and she said, I'll see how he gets on. And she went, he's fantastic. He can stay.
That's
So
amazing. Well, he's got to be. Then give him
yeah.
the lines.
Well, yeah, this will be his 3rd one. In the first one, I think he just got involved in some of the songs. The second one, he had a couple of lines in the elf play. He was the elf supervisor.
Yeah,
So he had 2 or 3 lines, and the songs, obviously. But then this one, he's got 5 scenes where he speaks in every single one of them 5 scenes. And some of it's like 5-6 sentence blocks.
And how old is he?
6.
That's amazing.
I mean, he blows me away. I'll sit there and I'll be like, right, okay, we'll read it together so he can see it. Then now he can see it. Now he can see it. And then I'll read it to him and he says it back to me.
Yeah.
But we literally do it because after 10 minutes he's like, on board. And I'm like, well, to be honest, you've learned it. So yeah, we only have to do like 10-minute practices.
He's good at picking stuff up.
The memory, like, honestly, it shocks me. I know I had a good memory at his age, and I remember being in year 6 talking about junior school, and I did a play and I was the main character and I had a script and I'd learnt the whole thing within a couple of weeks. But yeah, it's like, it just blows my mind, like watching him and like him how quickly
he still
picks
loves
up.
it, doesn't he?
He
does it. You know, like, come on, you've got to rehearse, you've got to practice. It's not like a kind of thing. Obviously, anything like that over and over it with anything is a bit thing, but he still loves doing it. He's still excited to
well,
I
thought that's what we'd get to, because it's like, now it's not
homework.
It's fun, but now you actually really you've got responsibility. You have to learn the lines. Like, there's a bit
for the
more
whole
that you have to.
as well. It's not just about.
There's a bit more you actually have to do this time. So I thought maybe we'd get to a point, because I thought we'd have to go through it so much for him to pick it up. He's picking up so fast that by the time he gets bored, it's like, well,
you don't.
All right. And we're only doing one scene at a time because
you don't want to overload. You
overload. Well, I thought like I'd have to go, right, let's recap last week's scene so that you don't forget that one. And then, but yeah, I don't even really have to go through the old ones because it's like he stored it. So it's a bit like, wow.
Watch this space.
So yeah, that's the one thing that I'm a little bit sad, that if I think we were in England, he would be amazing to be in a proper performance school.
More of a drama, performing arts school.
Yeah, school, or like be part of the actual, your town's theatre that do on proper shows.
Yeah.
Like what he's got here is great, but like I think he'd be great in like TV commercials, like adverts, and stuff. So it's a shame.
But you can still put him in for stuff.
I don't know how to do any of that from here.
But you could. I'm sure you could.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know they do some casting. I know 1 or 2 people that have done like modelling casting here. But then I think if they like the look of you, you got to fly all the way to like Barcelona or Madrid to get seen in person for them to go, yeah, you're not quite right. Yeah. So it's a bit long. I mean, if he really wanted to do it, I'd do it for him.
Yeah,
but
of course. At the moment, he's
happy with his drama club. But
we seem to do that, don't we? When you like something, you're like, right, right, let's move countries. Let's set you up in this group and you're going to be this. You know what I mean? And just,
Yeah.
them just having fun doing what they do.
Yeah, like, Mum, it's not that deep.
Yeah, just
I'm
let
going to
me
be
have
into
fun.
something else next week.
Yeah.
But no, I honestly think he'd be a great little actor.
Yeah.
Because even just like when we're doing the lines, the way he's like, oh, you know, putting all the emphasis in
Yeah.
and like the different tones and stuff, like, and
he must.
I think it's a bit of a natural ability.
Yeah, I was going to say he must listen well, as well to the teacher,
to the directions.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Because they wouldn't have given him that much responsibility in a way. I think of the young
exactly.
Yeah, I think that's brilliant. Yeah. So when's that?
June.
That isn't long away, is it?
No.
Do you know what? I was actually thinking, I think I said this last year. I feel like you go from not doing any like, oh, everything's fine, chill to chill. And then May hits after Easter and it's like, right, you've got to register for this in this time. You've got to do this in this
There's
time.
a lot.
And then it's like, go now, summer. No one can talk to us for 3 months.
Yeah.
You've got the whole year and you want me to do everything in that
because
2
everything
weeks.
falls in that period. Because for May, like you say, it's applying for summer school, it's the school trips, it's anything school related for the following year, whatever,
end of the year
end
stuff.
of year.
So
then any
so much
personal
going on.
things as well, you know that loads of places close, so if you need anything like banking wise, notary wise, house stuff,
Do it
like
before summer.
nobody wants to know you in the summer, so it's like there is a lot that you have to like quash.
I just really feel like I've been kind of twiddling my fingers waiting to do all these things.
It always comes at once,
and then like I know it's going to hit in a week or so because I've got obviously Morgan graduating, Mason's going on to his next level for his course that he's studying, and then obviously summer. So I'm just like, I know in a minute it's just going to hit.
And
me.
June's half days. I mean, our kids don't stay late anyway, but it's like an hour less.
That makes a huge
it does
difference.
make a huge difference. By the time you drop them off and do anything, you got to go pick them back up again.
It literally is.
So finishing at 1.
Yeah. And then we've got
only
12,
for
13 weeks of summer.
Less than 3 weeks in June, because by the 17th, 18th, they're breaking up.
Yeah.
So it's not even like you've got all of June either.
No. Literally, that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like it's all we're all chilled at the minute, and I know there's going to be a week because I know what the week is because it's going to come up on my diary that you've got to do this day, and
you got Morgan's birthday as well.
Yeah.
So it's like you got the graduation and his birthday and all these other things.
And everything. It just annoys me because it's a time limit. You know, like I'm waiting all through the year, and you only want me to do it in this 1 week.
Yeah,
and it's every year. Every year, I feel like, oh my god, coming.
Summer anxiety.
Summer doesn't bother me too bad once it's there. You know, like once we're in it, it's fine. It's just between the May and the June,
couple of weeks of chaos
before they break up, and you know when everyone's asking for you everything at once, every bit of paperwork that you've ever owned. Do you know what I mean? And that's coming. So I feel a little bit like anxious for that because I know literally by next week or the week after, I don't know how I'm going to do it because also not everything's between 9 and 1 when everybody works. So I'll take a week off to go and actually get everything done.
Sorted. Yeah. Oh,
so that's coming up. That's literally going to fly by as well. I know it is.
Yeah. We've got Hayden's first birthday. Literally next month. So yeah. In a week or so, I've got a 11-month-old.
That's scary.
So fast.
That is scary.
And like I say, before you know it, summer's over. They're back at school, September. Yeah. It's like nearly Christmas. Another year's done.
I feel really like flying this year.
This year, this year's gone fast.
I really feel like.
How are we in May?
Yeah.
Like I feel like I've had like my dressing gown and the fire on, and before I know it, it's like it's warm.
And me, I feel.
And I'm like hot with my duvet.
I feel like I've moaned enough. It's been cold.
Yeah, it's not been that bad this winter.
I feel like I usually moan a little bit longer. Like, oh, really?
The cold didn't last as long this year. It didn't rain as much either. So yeah, it's gone quite fast.
Yeah,
I'm having actually like the weekend just gone, and it's my room still a tip is doing that like seasonal changeover.
Yeah,
of getting all the like summer stuff out of storage. And doing a bit of the changeover and starting to pack. Like I've left some jumpers, some trousers because we have that in between period. But like the bulk of the stuff I know I'm not going to wear now, get that out of the way.
Yeah. I think, well, it's funny you say that actually because obviously I've been to England, so I had to kind of, you know, what am I taking, what am I not taking, even though it was nice over there. But they're nice.
They're nice as
you know what I mean. So and then we got back, and then I think was it today or yesterday? Lexi went to school with jeans and a jumper because it was obviously cool in the morning. And
Yeah.
because she went early, within the hour, I was like, right, Morgan, take Lexi a shorts and a t-shirt because she's going to be sweating when you get to school, bless her.
Yeah.
And that's how quick it changes it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I really, since I've come back from England, and I know it sounds like I've been there for like 3 weeks, like, but when I came back, I felt that, you know, when you can come on holiday and you get that warm air when you get off the plane.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
felt that when I got off
Yeah.
the plane this
That's
time.
proper like holiday,
Yeah.
like hot air. Or when you go back to England, you get that crisp,
Yeah,
fresh air. Nothing feels
exactly.
like fresher than that
Yes,
English cold
exactly.
air.
Yeah. And then that night, obviously coming back from England, and I was in bed and I literally woke up sweating,
Yeah.
you know, just because
I had a
obviously,
night like that.
holiday feel, like
Yeah.
you're on holiday.
In this last week, I woke up sweating one night and I was a bit like, raw.
Yeah,
We might have to start putting the fan on.
Yeah. Well, I was in shorts this morning and now I'm in a tracksuit this afternoon because it's going to rain.
Yeah.
Can't keep, but
It
it's still
is-
what?
It's a bit bipolar at the moment, the weather.
It is. Bloody hell, it is.
But
Typical English. I'll moan it's cold enough.
yes.
It's too hot.
Yes. The point of topic of conversation.
Well, what I did notice on our last one is that I am all brown here and my legs are like a completely different person.
You're always like that.
Completely different
You
person.
always get really brown arms and shoulders.
My legs,
and your wife.
nothing. I need to just maybe sit up there with sit upside down. I might actually catch something. I never have I?
No.
Poor me. Do you really live in Spain?
I know, yeah. Are you lying? Well, I think when you live here, you just don't sit out in it. I don't have the patience to sunbathe anymore. I used to be able to sit for hours and hours on holiday, but now I avoid being out in it.
Yeah, but we've said this, I think, before, that when people think of you live abroad, you live in Spain, that you're at the beach every day and that, you know, you're sitting in your garden around the pool every day and da-da-da. I couldn't tell you the last time I actually got in my swimming pool, first of all. Obviously, the kids do.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you the last time I got in my swimming pool. It's just really strange because the minute we go back to England in a hotel and it's got a swimming pool, I go in it.
Yeah. You
Crazy.
Don't make use
it's
of
crazy,
your own.
isn't it?
I could probably count on one hand how many times I use my pool last year.
Beach. No, we definitely don't go every day.
We don't
And
beach at all.
No, well, no, you don't. No. I never used to
I
be
think
fair.
Case has been to the beach about 3 times in his
Never
life.
seen it. But it is, you have this thing of, you know, people think that you're going to literally...
You're not in holiday mode. You're in like, I live here, I work here. The last thing I want to do is, you know, when you finish work, do you go out every evening after work? You don't.
No, you do see some people when they first move over still in that holiday mode.
Takes
and you
them
think,
a while.
you're going to have to get out of that because otherwise you're not going to survive.
Those are people that don't
know what
last.
I mean? Yeah, you won't survive like that.
Yeah.
Because you live here, and that's where you've got to what's the word?
Integrate.
Yeah, integrate. Yeah.
But then at the same time, I think.
And Spanish don't go to the beach. Spanish, I'm joking, they do.
Well, you walk into a Spanish person's house, you can't see anything because all the
No.
blinds down. It's dark. They hide from the sun.
Well, for years I never got that. I was just like, oh God, what did you sit in the dark for? Oh, it's cold and it's dark, you know, that kind of thing. Well, tried and tested. I apologise for digging you out because there's a reason and it's a valid one and it works. Yeah. Literally keeping that sun out. Yeah. You know what I mean? For that time of the day.
My living room gets so hot. Because our living room was our extension that we built, so we put like good bricks and all of that, and it like so that we would keep the warm in the winter, but obviously it keeps the warm in the bloody summer as well.
This is why the houses are designed here, to keep the heat, even though we're like, oh my God, it's so cold in the winter.
That's what I mean. They do stay cool in the summer, but they're freezing indoors in the winter. So I feel like ours is that in between, whereas a little bit too hot in the summer, but it's not too cold in the winter.
But them shutters do make a huge difference.
Oh yeah,
huge difference. It just makes everything just look really dark, doesn't it? And like,
oh yeah, I love it.
You're a prop. Yeah, but even from the outside, you know, like I think people on my street think, oh God,
don't even live there.
You know what I mean? Like miserable cow. There's reason, honestly.
Yeah, no, I think everyone's in the same boat unless you're a tourist.
Yeah. I think if you've lived here for a while, you get it. Completely get that. And for me, summertime anyway is as well, you know, just get used to, you can't do anything in that time frame in the middle of the day. Yeah. Because it's just too hot. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? There's no point even thinking about doing anything because you're not going to enjoy it. Yeah. Because it's, you know, it's burning out there. Yeah. And it does make, you know, why the Spanish do that, you know? Yeah. They live this is their home. And, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. There's me all them years going, oh, I don't know how they do that.
Or like all the Spanish disappear off the streets in them hours of the day.
Yeah.
Because it's so hot.
Exactly. Or they actually they have their winter homes and their summer homes.
Yeah, so we get a lot of the people from Madrid come, don't we?
Because it's so warm up there, they come to the coast.
Yeah, I didn't realise that, but I remember going to Madrid once in the summer for work, and it was literally like 5, maybe even 7 degrees hotter.
Yeah.
And they have no wind because there's buildings everywhere, and they've got no beach, they've got no like water.
Yeah. Until you actually think about it, innit?
And they come to us. Yeah.
Yeah. All come to us and take our car parking spaces and our beach spot space.
All right, Charlotte. We're in a mood today.
I am. I want a proper run today. Proper. I ain't even finished yet. And I won't keep you all waiting.
Yeah, well, I did the same thing when we were driving the other day. There was about 3-4 people that nearly caused an accident in the space of 10 minutes. I was like, why can't nobody drive?
I actually voice noted you the other day, didn't I? I was
Same thing
fuming.
happened like a few days later. I was like, why can't nobody drive?
But for me, and I'm going to say it, for me, it's the older people. And I'm sorry if I'm disrespecting here, but it is, all right? We always say respect your elders and da-da-da-da-da-da. And sometimes I think, why on earth are you in that car? You can't see where you're going. You're not indicating and all this kind of thing. And then you just kind of act as if you haven't seen me or whatever. Or for example, you know, like in a queue.
Yeah.
A queue's a queue in order, yeah?
Yeah.
Why do you think you can just jump in the queue? I've just taught my children that you've just got to do this, you know, and then you just don't jump the queue. No, sorry, but no, thank you.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it.
I was fuming the other day. I literally voiced it.
No, it is really annoying. Nearly causing accidents. Like I say, you've got kids in the car. Like, if you can't drive, don't drive.
Yeah. And I know the people are bad drivers. It was just my experience that day. It was more of the mature age, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be, but it can be anyone.
Yeah. And actually, my dad went and got tested for his license. He's safe. He can see. He can carry on. He's been given his license again for 5 years.
My nan actually had to redo hers recently. She was really worried that they would like something would happen, she wouldn't get it. But no, she's all good too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a really good thing. They should retest because like it is sometimes people that shouldn't have their license anymore.
It is. And I know the young ones maybe are a bit
inexperienced as well, cause problems.
And the
people
dicks when
you know,
they drive. And I do get that. It was just recently my experience hasn't been with the young lot, all right? They've been fine.
Right, we'll leave you on that.
Yeah, I'll stop moaning. I'll leave you. So
we'll turn it off before this episode turns into a 2-parter.
Negative Nelly.
Yeah, thanks again, guys, for liking, subscribing, following. Our subscribers are going up and up, so we're getting out there more.
Keep people.
Do subscribe if you do like to watch this episode regularly. It lets us know that you like what we do, and we'll continue. We've been going strong. Was it 4 months now? Every week.
Yeah, and I love everyone's feedback, whether it's in person or a message or a little comment there.
Yeah,
just it's nice to hear. Do you know what I mean? It's nice to know that you're enjoying it as much as we are.
Exactly. So if you haven't already, follow us on the Rising page because we will put out little polls, maybe ahead of a podcast, asking for any questions. So yeah, if you want to get involved, then comment, send us through questions.
Like and subscribe.